It is not your background that matters. You can turn around your background. It is not your fault that you to come from a poor family. It's not. That it will remain your fault if you decide to remain and as a poor person. You are born, whether it is wooden spoon or sand spoon
or silver spoon.
No. Silver spoon is that you have made it. They've made it for you before you come.
Okay.
That you are born with wooden spoon or no spoon at all. It's not your fault. And nobody will hold you accountable for that. But that you die with no spoon, yes, it's your fault, and you'll be held accountable. Because every child has a glory, has a talent, has something that God has blessed him with. My own is figures. God has blessed me with figures. So whatever that relates to figures gives me inspiration. And I took advantage of that. And that's what God has used to turn me around.
If you were to lose everything today and start afresh, how would you start afresh? What would be your next move?
Yes, if I'm to lose everything today and to start afresh.
All your money, and how will you rebuild your wealth?
Yes, if I'm to start afresh, I will not rule out.
Hello, welcome to Premif. Here we bring you life-changing stories that get towards giving you an edge on your journey to career success, entrepreneurship growth, and self-development. My name is Miracle Ifeanyi, and I'm your host. Today, we are going to see a raw story, an inspiring story that showcases the struggle and the stride of a man from the dusty village road to the corporate boardroom and now running in millions. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us for another episode of Premif, where we interview success stories of individuals, millionaires, billionaires, entrepreneurs, career professionals. We are happy to have you on our show today.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yes, your story is such an inspiring one. From the village to a millionaire. Now let's start. What was it like those early years? Tell us about where you grew up and how was the daily life like?
My growing up was not a smooth one. It was a very rough one. Rough in the sense that it looks like one coming from the poorest of the poor, where it became so difficult most times for us to eat. By the time I finished my primary school, I was going to secondary school. Unfortunately, I couldn't. Not that I did not pass the common entrance. I passed the common entrance, but my father couldn't. He couldn't sponsor me to secondary school because there was no money. Not until 2 years after, a secondary school that was brought to our community. The government established a secondary school to our community, in our community. It was then I had the opportunity to enroll. And my father was a security man then. He was a security man in that secondary school. But they were not paid. Their employment was not regularized as to them to be earning. It was a community secondary school, so their employment was not regularized. They were working and no payment. So I was to also pay school fees. It became something else. My father will struggle, at least for me to pay school fees, was an issue. It was to the extent that I will always be the last person to pay school fees. So if they are driving people away from school fees and I'm not driving out, that means the entire school, everybody has paid. Because I will always be driven out. We were three. Me and my siblings, two dropped. And I was determined, not minding. It was such that sometimes I would go to job, and whatever I realized, or should somebody give me money, the first thing, my priority was my book.
Your book. Right.
I will always use that money to buy book. So that kept me until my father will make some fish traps. There was a teacher in my school who always want to buy the fish traps. So my father will sometimes make a head, sell to the man, pending when school will reopen. So that when the man will pay, he will now use that to pay my school fees. It was that. How much was it, Kwanu? It was about 35,000 naira. Was it 35,000 or 3,500, something like that? About 3,500 school fees. So it was not easy. And by the grace of God and determination, I finished. But one thing I know, when there's a will, there'll be a way. I start looking inwards. The mathematics that I know, as I started teaching children, primary school students and secondary school, I stayed going from house to house. I formed one lesson I call Mobile Brain Academy. Mobile Brain Academy.
MBA.
Yes, MBA. I printed a card, distributed to parents. So I was now running from one home to another. As I finished this lesson, I'm moving to this. I'm moving to that. So I was occupied. That's what I felt to be. I was able to pay my school fees.
Self-sponsored.
I was able to pay my rent. I was able to feed myself. That was how it was.
You already had that hustling culture.
Yes. And in the compound where I lived, there was a man who was then running. They were running an evening program at Sangana, adult program. Meanwhile, I was still in school. So the man called me. Knowing that I study I'm studying accounting, if I could come and teach. I said yes. I want. So after hosting this Mobile Brain Academy in the day, in the evening, I will go to Sangana. And that evening, remember, I'm still going to. So I begged them. That's how they structured my class. So I will go to my school, but any day there's a conflict, so that I have lecture here and class.
Yes.
Sometimes you see me, I will leave lecture in the school, enter bike from UST back gate, then UST back gate to Sangana primary school. That was how I was moving. But to cover, knowing fully well that I can't cover this too, if no extra effort is put in. What I usually do. That time also was always, universities were always on strike. During strike period, I will sleep in the university. I was almost telling university to my house. Yes, I read all night. I read in the night, even on holidays. There were some students. That is why, when I see students these days, students don't read. You see, we read in the night. We have some people who we read the night. So I use the night, those holiday period, to read ahead of the class. And in the class, I was outstanding.
Wow.
In accounting. Became known. When it comes to account, people, at least my set, they come after me. So when I eventually graduated, I had the determination to move forward. A relation of mine got me a job where? In a block industry. PF Sancret. The block industry is owned by River State government. It's a parastatal, a branch of Power Finance. Atorazi. So that was where I was working. How much was the salary? 17,000 naira. I enrolled in ICANN. So, how do I pay my ICANN bills? I would take salary advance or loan. I would take salary advance to register for ICANN. So it was difficult that time. But by the grace of God, we rocked the boat.
And you were working in a block.
I was working.
And reading.
I was reading. I was working. I was reading.
Wow.
So, and that happened. Thank God, I was there. I passed my PE1, professional exam 1. Oh, that gave me an edge. Then, because of my tenacity in friend, you know, when you are doing something, people are taking notes. You may not know that people are observing. The roommate of my friend in the university was observing me, and he was working in Total. And there was opportunity for a contract staff in Total. He called me, and I put an application in their workplace. I put an application. When we got to the interview, I saw that we were 6 in number. Out of the 6, one person was my course mate in the university. You know our capacity. When I saw him, I said, no, -1.
You have already evaluated.
I've already evaluated him. I said -1. Then another person came with a new calculator, and we were told from learning that you don't go to exam, or you don't get to exam with a new unused calculator,
something that you are not using,
except it is the calculator you have been using. You already know the pattern.
Yeah.
But if you are given a strange calculator, you don't go to exam with a strange calculator. So when this one came with a strange, we saw the way he was manipulated before the exam, before the interview. Wow, we knew. I said this one. No. It's accounting. We won't be able to calculate with this. Then I said another -1. That is 2 gone, and I look at that I'm facing 3 person. Out of the 3, 2 did not come with calculator. As they did not come with calculator, they were given this, what I call 4 cardinal points market calculator that has plus, minus.
Does not have all these advanced.
No, it's not scientific. So if you are giving something like exponential, you won't be able to something like squares, you won't be able to do those. Just plus, minus, divide, and times.
The
basic science. I said no, these ones are not serious. I said minus another 2, and that's In my case, that I'm only competing with one.
Your eyes, it was only one true competition.
Yes, in me, in my eyes, it was only one competitor. But one thing that is basic is that you don't give. In fact, don't take out God from whatever you're doing. I've already asked God. I prayed and asked God for grace and for mercy. And the night before that interview, I was led to revise a topic called learning curve in accounting. Learning curve is something that tells you that when you are doing something, when you are doing a task successively, as you are doing it, the time you spend in doing that work will be reducing based on the expertise. Because as you are doing it constantly, you will be mastering it. So you spend lesser time at later. So I learned that, and you know, yours truly, lo and behold, that was one of the questions.
That is divine inspiration.
But because God, thank God, when the results came out, it was only two of us.
Just like you calculated.
Just like I calculated.
Wow.
It was only two of us. We went for the order, and God gave me victory. I was employed. That was where I had a turning point.
Wow.
I was like, before then I was like, imagining, how do I get married? What adds? How do I get married? How do I raise a family? How do I even get accommodation?
Because your background giving you.
Yes. I was like, since I was living in Europe in one room. Should I also marry and continue in one room? Do I marry without a job? Is it this block industry job that pays 70,000 that I will get married to with? But with this job, it was just but a year. Things turn around.
Wow.
I was able to get married, at least first of all change accommodation. I was like, when I was looking for self-contained, I now rented one bedroom flat as against self-contained.
It was a multinational oil company.
Multinational oil company.
Wow.
Within a year, I got married, changed from one bedroom to two bedroom flat. Before you know it, I got a car. That was how my life changed. And today, I must be grateful to God. So that was how I continued working there, but not setting aside the hustling. I still do some importation from China. I will import. I'll put this solar light that you have here now. I ported solar street lights, rechargeable energy bulbs, what's it called, job starter, and that was how putting hands here and there.
So I just see that as you were working, you had this entrepreneurship spirit.
Yes, I have the entrepreneurship,
diversifying your sources of income.
Exactly.
Wow.
And I'm such a person that I don't stay one place. I don't stay one place. I established a farm, Iconic Farms Limited, where I was into fish farming and poultry. I did that in my home, but due to the crisis in my home, I closed it up. I started doing one thing or the other, and by the grace of God, maybe I was like looking out, how do I get one room? God has blessed that at least one have his own structures. While children begin to come, And life was no longer as one had thought. Being that there was determination, there was effort, and not ruling out the hand of God. Not ruling out the hand of God. Because in all this, it's God that made it be. Today, I can say, God has done me well. I don't give anything to chance. I owe all things to God.
What can you say to young people that are actually watching this video right now and their background, their family upbringing is not smiling at all? What can you say to them?
Yes, what I can say is that your future is in your hand. Do not allow anybody to determine your future. You determine. God has given us everything. When you say it will, it will. Let your will say it first. When your will has said it, back up with action, it will. I must tell you, ordinarily, I wouldn't have been a graduate. I should have been, in fact, a laborer coming from my background. In fact, my secondary school mate, I can say that God has done me well. When I look at the people whose school fees were paid earlier. So, every young one, I will say, your future is in your hand. All these things that I see young people doing now, it leads to nowhere. God has given us all that it takes to turn around ourselves. God cannot do it for you. God does not work for any man. God works with every man. When you make yourself available, when you study, when you look, when you observe. Even as I am now, there are some things that I'm doing that young people cannot do. You take advantage of everything that comes up. So I will tell our young people, it is not your background that matters. You can turn around your background. It is not your fault that you to come from a poor family. It's not. But it will remain your fault if you decide to remain as a poor person. You are born, whether it is wooden spoon or sand spoon
or silver spoon.
No, silver spoon is that you have made it. They've made it for you before you come.
Okay.
That you are born with wooden spoon or no spoon at all. It's not your fault. And nobody will hold accountable for that. But that you die with no spoon, yes, it's your fault, and you'll be accountable. Because if you have read that book, Things Fall Apart, with the character Okonkwo. Okonkwo's father was a farmer, poor, and unserious. Okonkwo decided to do everything contrary to whatever a father did, and he came out a mighty man. So look inward, look at what you can do, and take advantage of whatever God has blessed you to, because every child has a glory, has a talent, has something that God has blessed him with. My own is figures. God has blessed me with figures. So whatever that relates to figures gives me inspiration. And I took advantage of that. And that's what God has used to turn me around.
Wow. If you were to lose everything today and start afresh, how would you start afresh? What would be your next move?
Yes, if I'm to lose everything today and to start afresh.
All your money, and how will you rebuild your wealth?
Yes, if I'm to start afresh, I will not rule out the trend. You go with what is trending. And what is it that is trending? I read a book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I had also read the Cash Flow Quadrant. And I see that network marketing plays a very vital role, which is a way of working smart, such that when you build a network of individuals, network of persons, you will see that it becomes easier for you to achieve great success. So if I'm to start again, I think I will go deeply into network marketing and build networks.
Okay, that's powerful. All right, so I know you're a man of multiple ventures and the rest of them. You diversify your income. So currently, can you tell us about one of the things you are doing?
Okay, currently I have a little farm, a small farm, though I look at it as a demonstration farm, crop farm, because of what a company I ran into called Answer for Success, A for S. And Answer for Success has some products agriculturally tailored. One of it is what is called 4-tree efficiency enhancer. This, as little as this is equivalent, or this will give you a double or triple of your yield. As little as this will be used on 800 liters of water, spray on the crops 2 to 3 times before harvest, and you have a tremendous yield. So I'm doing a network marketing on this. I sell this. Each of this you see now, a sachet like this sold for 25,000 naira. Whereas a pack like this, a pack of 10 sachets. If one now registers as a member, this pack goes for 180,000 naira as a member. My area of focus now is agriculture and well-being. Agriculture and well-being. So in the agriculture area, I have this 4-tree. I undergo a training, what is called black soldier fly.
Black soldier fly.
Black soldier fly. Black soldier fly is one fly that is usually within us. When you have rotten meat or rotten thing, you will see maggot will come out. Those maggots, they are not from housefly. If you observe very well, housefly maggots are very small, tiny. But those maggots that you see from rotten things, rotten tomato, rotten meat, anything rotten, those maggots are big. Those maggots are, those larvae, they come from a fly called black soldier fly. Those maggots are very nutritious. They are edible. And they are used to feed poultry, that's birds and fish. So it's another way of reducing the cost of feed. With them, you reduce the cost of feed. So I'm into these things that will reduce costs. Like this 4-tree reduces cost of
fertilizers.
Normal fertilizer.
Yeah.
The BSF, black soldier larva, the black soldier fly, the larva there reduces cost of feed. So That's what I'm currently establishing that one now. Then I'm also into health supplements. Like here, I have a product. I have some products here by a company known as Nature Reminiscence International. This is an indigenous company that have some remedy to what is troubling us here in Africa. You see, the problem with Africans is that we neglect our own. The herbs, the leaves, the roots, which our forefathers were using to treat ailments, have been neglected for orthodox medicine. But thank God for some persons who have gone into research and have come out with enhanced products that tackles all this ailment without side effect. So I'm an affiliate of NRM. It's another network. It's I told you, if I'm to start again, I will go more into networking. So it's another networking I'm into. And by the grace of God, we are pushing it forward.
Wow. So concerning this product, can you give us your contact details in case someone is interested in purchasing these agricultural products and connecting with you more?
Okay, I can be reached on my WhatsApp page 080-205-22662 or 081-6593-2026 or through via my Facebook page Eze Ochia or 43 Farmers Choice on Facebook. 43 Farmers Choice. Instagram is ecodebest@gmail.com. These are the channels you can reach us.
Contact details will be put in the description box below, so do it to check it out. Thank you. We're happy to have you, sir, on this show, telling us the secrets to becoming a millionaire despite your background. We're really grateful. You didn't get to tell us your name. What's your name, sir?
Okay, I think that should have been the first. My name is Eze Ochia. I'm from Obaidon and Doni local government area here in River State. So to the glory of God, I'm a Christian, and God is helping us in the ministry.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. So there you have it. Another inspiring episode where we share success stories, bringing you closer to the life of the wealthy. And I believe you must have learned one or two lessons that you can put to practice to make yourself a successful career, a successful business, and push up the grinding culture. Remember that your background should not keep your back on the ground, that every setback is a setup for your success. Till we meet next time, bye. Do it to subscribe to the channel. Thank you.